Alright, so we still have the cohabitation essay open, and on 208 of your book we're going to look at inserting and replying to comments. Comments are very useful whenever you're working collaboratively on a document. Comments are available in Word so that you can basically have little conversations about the work that are attached to the document, so that, for instance, if you send me a document for review, I can mark some things up, ask you questions, you send it back to you, you can go back in, make changes, reply of why you did something, why you didn't do something, etc. So it really comes in very handy for group work as well as for reviewing another person's document. So a comment is just a short note that's associated with a text, just like I said, and that's on 208 of your book. And in Word 2013, we now have the ability to reply to those comments and mark them as done. Before, you could just add a little bit of text to make a comment. Now you can actually reply and keep that conversation there, or mark it as complete. So we've still got that, like I said, cohabitation essay open. So we're going to, first off, we're going to select Canada at the end of the first paragraph in the document. And now we're going to insert a comment about this. So to do that, we're going to go to the Review tab, and we're going to click on New Comment. Notice that this new markup area at the right side appeared, and this is always there if there are comments in the document, unless you change the view, which we'll do here in a minute. But just so you know, if you see this big bar but you don't see a comment, it's probably because there's a comment down further in the document. So now we've got this comment here. We're going to mark in the text in step 5 on 208. And now to get out of this comment box, we're just going to click back in the document. And a couple of things have happened here. Automatically, whoever the user is that's assigned with this Office install, their name is populated. And then also, if they have a picture, it'll be here too. And then later, also, when you hover over it, you'll see how long ago that document was done, or this comment was made. So if I send you this document, you don't look at it for 3 days, this will show 3 days ago. So you it helps keep track of when things were commented as well. And that becomes really useful whenever you're actually sharing, like for instance, maybe a Dropbox folder. If you're working with somebody that's maybe overseas or wherever, you can see just how long ago they were looking at the document and making changes. So we're going to do another new comment, the second sentence of the third paragraph. We're going to select this in the 1960s, and we're going to insert a new comment again by just clicking on New Comment. And this is the text that's on step 8 of the book. And we're going to click out of that. And now it wants us to do some page breaks at the beginning of the subheading of advantages of cohabitation and also the disadvantages. So right here we're going to put our insertion point, and we're going to go to Insert Page Break. And we're going to do the same thing for the disadvantages here. We're going to click our insertion point at the front, do a page break. And we've still got the Review tab open, so we don't have to worry about that. And we're going to scroll back toward the top. So I'm sorry, I lied to you. We're going to click on the Review tab. We're going to change this all markup or simple markup, depending on how your Word defaulted, to no markup. And you'll see that the comments went away. Like, this is how we would normally expect a document. That's a good way to just, you can view the document without the comments over there, without having to delete them all. So just remember that there is a way to do that. We're going to click back on the display for review. We're going to go to the simple markup, and notice that now we see where comments are, and you can click on them and they'll pop out, but we don't have that big excuse me, the big markup area at the right side. So just remember, there's a couple of different views in there. We're going to click on the first comment box on page 1, and notice again it shows 4 minutes ago I put this in. Now we're going to click on the reply button here, and we're going to type in "ask Professor Williamson and she said it was not necessary." and we're going to click out of that. So now, when you click on that comment, you'll see both the original comment and the reply to that comment. One of the useful things about comments that we haven't really talked about is you can do this. It looks kind of silly that I asked a question and I answered it, but if you want to keep track of notes on a document, it's also a good way of doing that. We're going to go down and edit this where we made the second comment. We're going to do this kind of different from what we would normally do. Normally we would just highlight this entire in the 1960s and push backspace and then update it to in the book on step 18 it wants us to do until the 1990s. But so that we don't delete this comment, we're going to put our mouse at the to the right of in and push backspace. We're going to type in until, and then we're going to do the same thing for 1960. We're going to backspace 1960 and just type in 90. Ooh. And that way it didn't delete the comment. Had we deleted that whole little bit of that sentence, it would have removed the comment. But that would defeat the purpose. On number 19, it wants us to mark this comment as done. So now we're going to click on the second comment, and we're going to right click on the comment itself, and we're going to mark this comment as done. And notice now it's gray, dimmed out, and that's all you have to do to mark a comment as done. So now later when you click on this, you'll see these are still active, but you click on this and you'll mark it that it's already, you'll notice it's already been marked done. So that's all there is to inserting and replying to comments.